go.
Hey squaddies, and welcome to Thriving with the Sussexes. My name is Deanna, and I'm here to report on all things Sussex. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Now let's get on with it. Hey squaddies, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Whenever you're listening, hello. Be sure to check out memberships. You can join if you're interested. And just like with all my information, I'll put it in the description box. Thanks. I really enjoyed this episode of Archetypes with guest Paris Hilton. She and Nicole Richie weren't exactly the two girls I looked up to during my childhood watching this particular show. I just found it entertaining and humorous, especially with the scene, "That's hot." Yeah, that was actually a thing. Now, while it wasn't a thing for the school I went to, for me, it was something that I thought was cool because Paris said it. Paris's experience in boarding school stood out for me, but it was nothing new. I just couldn't see her as a child going through that. It's crazy how you assume someone have this fabulous and amazing life when it really wasn't the case when she attended this school. And many people had similar experiences regarding the abuse and toxicity children face from other adults who are supposed to be positive influences on them in these schools. Someone from a parent standpoint is looking at these people as, people you trust to look over your children and guide them to being the best people that you know that they can be. And this is, coming from these overpriced boarding schools. Not realizing that, hey, public schools are just as good, or even better, actually, for that child. But that's just my opinion regarding that. But, from how I see it, is, you're unknowingly throwing money away to overgrown bullies. And I'm not faulting the parents on this, okay? Because how would they know this, Anyhow, I remember watching, this is slightly off topic. I remember watching one of those reality shows, the Real Housewives of Dubai, where one of the wives had an interest in putting her son in boarding school. I guess she's so busy in her everyday life that, she just, instead of just having her child go to, the nice schools in Dubai, because that's what they were living, that's what they're living at now, not we're living, but they're living at now. She thought maybe she should just send him to a boarding school. That way she don't have to worry about the routine, I guess, every day. She just go to work and and it's best for him, right? Well, one of the other wives on the show advised against it due to her own trauma and abuse at the hands of the adults at the boarding school she attended. And from the trauma and abuse at the boarding school, her relationship with her parents weren't the same by the time she finished. And what's crazy is that many people, as I mentioned before, had that same experience, whether it's verbal, physical, or both, during their times in boarding schools. Yes, I know not all boarding schools are this way, but most are. And Paris taking a stand against these toxic schools while also sharing her own story was incredibly brave. Meghan's own experience from her brief stint at Deal or No Deal was also another moment that stood out for me. While she appreciated all the opportunities, benefits, and was aware of the job description, her job itself really didn't do anything for her intellectual-wise. So she left without trashing anybody in the process. And I get it. I would have done the same. But too bad the women who tried to belittle her experience exposed their jealousy and desperation for clout. Women like Whoopi and Claudia, of all people, joined that bandwagon of ignorance. reading headlines or cue cards over looking at the evidence themselves. I expected a comment like that coming from Claudia. And she was rightfully dragged on all platforms, including her own social media pages. If you ever watched The Real Housewives of Atlanta, in the one season that she was in, you will see how messy she was there. I mean, she tried everything, including the kitchen sink, to stay on that show. and it didn't work. She was booted after one season. And say what you want about Nene, but I was Team Nene that year. But Whoopi, I roll. She's always been that girl when it comes to supporting toxic Hollywood behavior. So her response comes to no surprise for me. And her little thing with Ted Danson was one of the several side-eye moments from her. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll definitely have that link in my description box so you can see for yourself. Because she tried it. As I mentioned before, Meghan's experience was her own, and for her to leave after a year while also praising her former co-workers shows us once again that she is a woman of class. So haters, stay mad. As for the podcast itself, it was a wonderful listen, and I look forward to the next episode. I wonder who will be the next guest. Leave your guess in the comment section. Now on to Meghan making a powerful show of support for the women and girls of Iran. During a Spoti.fi event in Los Angeles on October 18, the Duchess of Sussex wore a t-shirt that illuminated with the words "Women, Life, Freedom," written in Farsi. Her fashion choice was a very bold statement to call attention to the ongoing protests that are being led by the women of Iran. The revolution was sparked by the recent passing of Mahsa Amini, a beautiful and courageous 22-year-old Iranian woman who left this world in the custody of the country's morality police in September after being detained for allegedly breaking hijab rules. Her loss sparked protests across the country, which have been supported by many Western countries, including the United States. The Duchess attended the event alongside two Iranian colleagues, activist and attorney Mandana Dayani, who is the president of Meghan and Harry's co-founded charity, Archewell, and former Universal Vice President Ashley Momtahini, who is Archewell's Executive Vice President of Global Communications. Allies have shown up in so many forms over the past month since the loss of Mahsa Amini. I am so grateful to work with incredible women like Meghan and my fellow Iranian colleague and friend Ashley Momtahini as we continue to highlight the bravery and courage of the women and young girls on the front lines of one of the most important feminist movements of our lives. Dayani also revealed that during the Spoti.fi event, Meghan spoke about the revolution being led by women and young girls in Iran. The courage and bravery they show every day in their leadership and advocacy of basic human rights, women, life, freedom. Now onto Meghan's interview with Variety. It was an incredible read as well as listen because it also featured audio in the article as well. I love that some of these papers, they're pretty much websites now. I love that they have the text-to-speech feature in their articles in case the reader is busy driving or fixing a meal or two, or working out. Joy is the perfect word to describe this interview as well as Meghan's mood and what she wants out of life. I'm so thrilled for her and her beautiful family. I also love that she's still a nerd who enjoys shows like Jeopardy and can relate to all moms when it comes to unknowingly singing or humming to a song from their children's favorite show or movie. I will speak more on this particular topic later in the video. Meghan is also a Beyonce stan like most of us are. Her favorite Beyonce song at the moment is Cozy. And that song Cozy is like the perfect representation of her. And low-key is a message for all of us, including the haters. I'll let you see for yourself. You know how Beyonce is with her queens, so I'm trying my best to just sound as basic as possible reading that, but I'm just going to let you guys read it. She also shared her experience in Hollywood and shared that her life in acting is now in past tense. But never say never. I honestly think she's completely done with acting, so she's just being nice when she said never say never. But that's just my opinion. Now, as for the actress who will play her someday, she offered to give her a call to find the softness and playfulness and laughter within playing her. We also learned in an interview that Harry loves In and Out. I've heard so many people saying how good their food is, so he's got good taste with his fast food. Can you imagine working or eating there and seeing Harry and Meghan at the drive-thru or sitting at one of the tables? That'd be so hilarious. Or, as some people would say, that would be so wild. Prince Harry shares the importance of therapy during a surprise summit appearance. The Duke of Sussex was a special guest at the Master of Scale Summit in San Francisco on October 19th. The inaugural event meant to immerse the most forward-thinking, fast-scaling business leaders in an environment designed to cultivate innovation, acceleration, and co-elevation, per the organization's website. During the summit, Harry shared how getting a therapist after growing up in the royal family changed his life for the better. "I have a coach. I wish I had too," he shared, according to a tweet by Financial Times correspondent Dave Lee. The CEO of Shortcut, Kurt Schrader, also shared a photo of the Duke on stage with BetterUp's Alexei Robichaud and entrepreneur Reid Hoffman, writing, "Great to hear someone who you think grew up with everything talk about the need for therapy and coaching for everyone." Emergency doctor Bon Ku shared that Harry advocated the idea of looking at cultivating your mental health as a way to unlock human potential, not just treat the mental illness.
How is Harry getting all these gigs? He's just a spare. Does he think he's better because he's American? The traitor!
"I see that today's pegging session didn't work. You're still incandescent with rage."
Is that supposed to be a laugh? Or is that one of your loose teeth rattling in that empty head of yours? Charles, the new shipping of tampons have arrived and... Oh!
Shut up, Willypeg. It's your fault that we lost Harry to
Ugh, such an embarrassment.
What is all this racket? William, what the bloody hell you're doing in my office? Is Clarence House not good enough for you to concoct your next leak regarding my finances?
Oh, please. I only came here to see how much work my interior decorators will have to face with this bolt fest in 5 to 10 years' time when I'm king. If you can make it by the end of this year.
Boy, you're finally...
Charles, the order has arrived. Tampons.
Far better than toys off the fanny.
Boys, All that neighing and nothing to say. Kate, can you help me? Kate?
There she goes again with that staring.
She must have heard about that variety interview with Meghan. It probably broke her.
What variety interview? That bloody woman outdone you again, Kate.
I have to copy her.
Oh, be quiet, you mumbling fool. Can't you see I'm trying to talk to the fail about setting up my own top fashion moments?
No one gives a damn about your bloody fashion moments, old man. Especially when they have me.
How is Meg? Her getting all these glamorous interviews and photo shoots. Oh, my beloved basic piano skills not good enough. Oh, my whaley jazz hands not good enough. Oh, my Botox fit smiles not good enough.
Nobody cares, Kate. Now go take your husband out of my office before
Harry showed up to the summit? Bloody bastard! I am incandescent with rage! He always one-ups me. And why is he looking like that?
Darling Camilla, take the call. Harry's looking like what exactly?
Oh, he's so hot. And Meghan has him all to herself. Ah!
Oh, God. Even her screams of frustration are underwhelming.
I thought she was over her obsession.
Just ignore her. She'll eventually disappear. Tampon baby, I wasn't able to sell a deal regarding your own top fashion moments. They claim that it won't sell.
What do you mean my top fashion moments won't sell? My own spare has women literally making fashion videos about him on the U-telly. Everybody knows that Harry gets his good looks from me.
Poppycock, in your dreams.
He really believes that.
What did you say?
You're absolutely right. I meant what I said. All of you, out of my office, at once.
Princess Meghan and Prince Harry helped build a playground in Uvalde. Duchess Meghan and Prince Harry want to help the children and families of Uvalde, Texas, heal by opening a new playground. The couple's charitable foundation, Archewell, partnered with the city and nonprofit Kaboom to build a new community play space in Uvalde, nearly 5 months after it became the site of the second worst school violence in U.S. history. The De Leon Park Playground Project intends to bring families together as they come to terms and recovery from the tragedy, which took the lives of 21 people. 19 of those were children. The building of the park, which is located 4 blocks from Robb Elementary, was driven by the community and the children, who gave their input on what they like to see and play within their dream playground. Uvalde has a long road ahead to recover, but this is a resilient and close-knit community, Uvalde Mayor Don McLaughlin said, per a press release. Coming together to build a new playground at De Leon Park has given community members a way to unite around something positive as they try to heal. We are grateful for the rallying of support from Kaboom, Archewell, and others who have committed to the long-term health and well-being of the kids and family in Uvalde. James Holt, the executive director of Archewell, said in a statement, "It has been an honor to support the children and families in Uvalde design and build this amazing space where the community can come together. Our hope is that this special project can help the community heal and be home to imagination, games, and play for many years to come." The Duchess of Sussex traveled to Uvalde shortly after the tragedy took place. At the time, the spokesperson for Meghan and Harry shared that she came in a personal capacity as a mother. to offer her condolences and support in person to a community experiencing unimaginable grief. Showing the world once again that service is universal regardless of who you are. Harry and Meghan have hearts, which inspired me to label them as the Prince and Princess of Hearts. They always take the time to listen, discuss, and spend time with the people they offer help or assistance to, not just a smile and wave. They're passionate about their causes, and as I mentioned before, I see them as being future Nobel Prize winners someday. Now onto Meghan being, yup, that mom we can totally relate to. From an article on Today's Parent by Jessica Pollack. Do you ever start singing a song to yourself, and as you're quietly rocking out, you realize it's literally a cocomelon jam about eating peas? Yeah, us too. Same goes for Princess Meghan, who said she's totally that mom in a new interview with Variety, where she also shared her kids' favorite TV shows and a bit about the family's morning routine. And I think it's so cute. You know, she's like a lot of parents, and as well as grandparents. They sit and watch TV, or like, okay, maybe you don't realize that you're watching or listening. You could be like cleaning, doing laundry, or cooking, or making, just doing something around the house, and you're hearing this this particular tune, or like not like unknowingly, and it's like in your head, and you could be like shopping, or you're just hanging out with, having a girls' day with your friends, and all of a sudden you're, jamming to a kid's song in your head, like it's a hit, like a top 40 hit or something. So yeah, Meghan, she shared that she unknowingly sings the Tyrannosaurus, that's the chorus song, and she realized what she was doing, and she's like, wait, this is not Beyonce. I thought that was so cute, so relatable. We've all been there. Wait till she hear the song about the planets of the solar system. I actually know that song she was referring to. Well, I actually know both the songs they were both referring to, by the way. The author of this article as well as Meghan. And I find it absolutely hilarious and great at the same time that so many parents and grandparents can relate to this. Because parents spend so much time with their children to even watching the shows and movies, not realizing how much they're actually enjoying these shows and songs. And I'm not gonna lie, some of the kids' songs are way better bops than a lot of the music that's out now. Just my opinion. And I just wanted to share some of the photos of Meghan looking beautiful, moisturized, and healthy while shopping at the fabulous Wendy Foster around her neck of the woods in Montecito. It's just wonderful to see her thriving and living her best life after everything she went through. And to have that strong foundation with her husband and family and friends, whether big or small, is truly incredible. Just seeing people happy and joyful warms my heart. I love feeling that way and love seeing people at that place. Everybody deserves to be and feel that happy, to be in a state of joy. So whomever is watching or listening right now, I send all the beautiful and joyful, positive vibes your way, because you deserve it. Whether you're already having a great day or not so great day, or whether you're feeling bad with illnesses or heartbreak, all the positive vibes are now sent your way because you deserve it. And as the great Maya Angelou once said, we need joy as we need air. We need love as we need water. We need each other as we need the earth we share. And I couldn't agree more. In the meantime, I hope that your days are filled with blue skies, sunshine, with positive vibes. I'd like to thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and hit that bell. Also, join the membership. I have the link in the description box. My name is Deanna, and you were watching Thriving with the Sussexes. Talk to you soon.